Hello, I hope everybody's doing good today. We're going to make a chicken Romano with a tomato Marsala wine sauce to go on top. Okay, welcome back. We're gonna start making the sauce because I like for it to cook while I'm making the chicken and the spaghetti noodles. That gives the seasons more time to kind of marinate in the sauce if I do that first. What goes in the sauce is 2 to 3 crushed garlics, 1/8 a teaspoon of red pepper, and I love parsley. So I use about 2 heaping tablespoons, but you can use less if you're not crazy about parsley. And then I use about a teaspoon of basil, or basil, whatever you call it. And I'm going to put in a can of mushrooms, which have lately been hard to find. I don't know why. And my good old Rotel. I use Rotel in everything because it kind of spices up everything. And so that's all, and we'll get started. And my name is Mary in Overton, if this is the first time you joining us. And I don't know if you've ever been to a Pampered Chef party, but go. They are awesome. And this can opener is from Pampered Chef, and I love it. It doesn't, when it cuts the can lid off, you don't have any sharp edges to hurt you or your children. So it's real easy, real smooth running, and it releases real easy. And you just take these little grips here and pop off the lid, and look, no sharp edges. I love it. And like I said, it's from Pampered Chef. So I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna throw it in here in my pan. And my mushrooms. I'm going to drain them. And pop them in there. Okay. Then I'm going to take my Marsala cooking wine. This is also from Pampered Chef. It's a jar opener. You just, opens. I love Pampered Chef. Okay, I'm going to put about a tablespoon. If you like Marsala, you can put 2. And then the vinegar just adds a little acidity to the sauce, along with the tomatoes. And it just goes well. And I'm going to add a teaspoon only of this. And that's balsamic vinegar. Okay, now I'm going to add my parsley. And I'm going to add my basil or basil. I'm going to add 1/8 a teaspoon of crushed pepper. But you can add more if you like it spicy, but you already got the Rotels in there. And then remember my little gadget for 2 for crushing the garlic. I love it. Okay, and then I'm going to put that in here. And I'll turn my eye on, get that ready to go. And I'm also going to turn my water on high and use my sea salt. Okay, it's been about a couple minutes and I've stirred it up well. And it started to lightly boil or simmer. So I'm going to lower it to about 2 on my electric stove, low. You can do the equivalent on a gas grill. Go ahead and cover my water for my spaghetti so it'll start boiling. And then now we're going to get started and we'll pound the chicken and start breading the chicken. Okay, I got 3 chicken breasts over here. I'm going to kind of trim off the fat. I don't like any fat on my chicken breast. And I've got a little plastic mat that I got at a kitchen fixture supply store here in Mobile, Alabama. And I'm going to cut me a pretty nice sized piece of wax paper and lay that right here. Now my chicken breasts, I'm going to cut them in half, each one. And as I'm doing it, I'll look and see if there's any fat and I'll trim it off. But once you flatten it, you can get a lot of the fat off too. Cut that one in half. This one's kind of small, so I may just leave that like that. It's kind of a small breast, so I'm going to leave it right there. Okay, now I'll cover it with the plastic wrap. And I have a little towel here because I don't want any chicken juice to splatter on my appliances or any of my stuff. And I love this. Don't remember where I got it. Probably got it at, it's a KitchenAid. But I probably got it at Target or Superstore or Publix. Publix has some cool cooking tools. But I'm going to take the flat side, not this side. This is the marinating, the softened meat. We want to use the flat one. We just want to make the meat flat. Just give it a good pound. And you can kind of feel it. There you go. You got a nice flat piece of chicken, and it'll cook faster that way too. And we're going to do all our pieces like that. Doesn't take long if it's not frozen. If the chicken's frozen, it'll take a little longer pounding. One more piece. Okay. Okay, they're all nice and flattened. About maybe half an inch to maybe a quarter inch. They're all ready. So I'm going to take this and put it in the laundry room, throw this up, and I keep this by my kitchen sink, something with a little bleach, and I'm going to clean up everything that the chicken may have touched. Okay, my tomato sauce boiling pretty good. So I'm going to move it to my back burner, and I'm going to put it on 1 and turn off my front eye. My water's boiling from my spaghetti. So we're going to take some. This will probably serve about 3 to 4 servings. 3 nice size servings, but 4 smaller portions, which is what we usually do. And so I'm going to take about, I'll probably cook, a little over a fourth of my box. But I break my noodles, and these are whole wheat noodles. I break them before I put them in there. And that should be enough noodles. Kind of stir them up. But you see, I only used, well, maybe a half a box. Looked like a half a box. So that was about 4 ounces in, because I think this is 8 ounce. No, it's 16 ounces. So I used 8 ounces of noodles. Okay, I stirred them up. Gonna put them on 5, and I'll just let them simmer. Okay, I set my timer on 7 minutes for my noodles. They're on 5 or medium. I'm gonna grab my Biltmore. I love it because it heats up at the bottom, always stays flat. Some pans, when you heat them up, they'll curl up, but not Biltmore. It stays nice and flat. I'm gonna put a little olive oil, just a little bit, in the bottom to cover my bottom of my pan. And I'm gonna put it on like maybe medium heat on my big eye and let it heat up slowly, because olive oil gets hot really fast. And in the meantime, I'm gonna take my Romano cheese, and this is a cheese grater we got at Publix, and it's really, really sharp. In fact, when you store it, never throw these things away, because they keep you from cutting yourself, I mean. But when you store it, put that plastic thing back on it. But this is real sharp. But I also use this for zesting, because those zesters are too tiny, and you have to use a toothpick and clean them out the little holes back here all the time when you're zesting. So I just use my cheese grater for everything. I use it for cheese and for lemons and limes when I'm zesting. And you need about 2 tablespoons. That's probably a little bit more, but I wanted to show you how easy that. And like I said, I got this at Publix too. But it's so easy to grate fresh cheese. Okay, and I'm going to take me some breadcrumbs. This is about a cup. And they're seasoned, Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. And I'm going to throw in 2 tablespoons of Romano. And we're going to stir it up. Okay, and we're going to stir it up. And that's all that goes in the mixture. Okay, and we're going to, as soon as this gets hot, the oil gets hot, we're going to put the chicken. I'm going to give my noodles a quick stir so they don't stick. Okay, and I'm going to grab my chicken that we cut over here. Now I'm going to take my chicken, I'm just going to coat it. You kind of see it's hot enough. See how quick it gets hot. I'm just going to coat my chicken lightly and put it in there. And like I said, it's on 6. I may lower it to 4 just because I don't want it to cook too fast. And like I said, the chicken's flattened, so it doesn't have to cook quite as long as you would if you had a big thick breast. Okay. Okay, and we're going to let it cook about maybe 5 minutes on each side. My noodles are almost ready, so I'm going to go ahead and get me a plate out ready for my chicken to drain on. And my noodles are done. And these, like I said, are thin whole wheat noodles. And any brand will do. Okay, you may think the thin spaghetti is vermicelli, but I've never been able to find, it's not easy to find whole wheat vermicelli, which is a little bit thinner than thin spaghetti. So I've gotten used to thin spaghetti, but I prefer vermicelli. It's not as thin as angel hair, but it's not as thick as thin spaghetti. Okay, and turn my timer off, turn my eye off, and we're going to drain our spaghetti. And I'm going to put a little olive oil in my noodles just so they won't stick. Okay, and that's done. Okay, I don't want it to burn, so I'm going to add just a little bit more olive oil on the bottom. But it's cooking up pretty good. Nice golden brown. And I'm going to cook it another 5 minutes. I might lower it just a little bit more. And while we're waiting, I can go ahead and stir my sauce. Well, it's smelling really good. The chicken's looking pretty. It's a real light dish. And coming up soon, we'll be talking about different pastas. My very dear girlfriend, she passed away with cancer, but she got me this book, and we had fun times together talking about raviolis and different pastas and how to make them. And she even got a ravioli maker one time, and we made ravioli for our families together one evening, and it was really fun. So one day we'll have to get together and we'll on our channel, and we'll make some ravioli or some homemade spaghetti. It's really easy. It's a lot of work, but yet it's still pretty easy. But it's fun. It's fun to get together and do. So our chicken's done. We're gonna turn it off, turn everything off, and we're gonna get ready to plate. And we'll just take a little noodles and put it on the plate like that. And take a little bit of our tomato mushroom sauce. And I love this gravy, so you want to make sure you get plenty of gravy on there. And then one of our chickens. And let's try it. Cut off us a piece of chicken. Here's a bite of mushroom. And tomato. Mmm. This is my favorite dish. And it's it's spice to it. So if you don't want it quite as spicy, you can leave off the crushed pepper, or you can use mild rotel. But I used the original rotel, so they're a little bit more spicy. But it's delicious, and it's light, and it's fast and easy, and healthy for you. It's not a lot of cheese to be really unhealthy or anything like that. So I hope y'all enjoy it. We sure do. And we're glad that y'all joined us. We hope that y'all join us again next time. We're going to make some maybe chicken parmesan and that with a red sauce. This is more chunky, but the other one will be real smooth. And subscribe so you won't miss any of our YouTube videos. And also don't miss our pie test. We had a pie crust test, and it was really fun making different pie crusts. And I did have a favorite, and it was hard to choose, but I did wind up having a favorite. So did my husband. So please join us and subscribe, and come see us again. Thank you.